Hey everyone, and today I'm going to walk you through everything that you need to know about staying connected in Indonesia on your phone without dealing with SIM cards or expensive roaming fees. Because landing in a new country with no phone service is seriously frustrating. Whether you're in Bali, Jakarta, or traveling between islands, not having data to check maps, book rides, or message family is something you definitely want to avoid. That's exactly why more travelers are turning to eSIMs, including myself, as they let you set up your plan before you even leave your house. So you're already connected the moment that you land. I've used Saily on multiple trips before, and it was so easy that I wanted to share it with you guys. So today, I'll walk you through how Saily works in Indonesia, the plans and pricing that they offer, and the pros and cons so you can decide whether it's the right choice for your trip. Okay, so if you haven't heard of Saily yet, it's an eSIM service that runs by Nord Security, the same company behind NordVPN, which a lot of people already trust them for online privacy. And so Saily takes that same focus and applies it to mobile data while you're traveling. The big idea here is you don't have to buy a physical SIM card or pay crazy roaming fees just to stay connected. Saily offers coverage in over 200 countries and regions, so you can stay connected across countries without swapping SIM cards. Saily also gives you extras like web protection, ad blocking, and tools to keep you safer on public Wi-Fi. Those little extras can make a big difference when you're traveling and relying on networks you don't always trust. Now, in terms of how Saily actually works, it's about as simple as it gets, which is one of the reasons I like using it. Before your trip, you just download the Saily app from the Apple Store or Google Play. Once you're in the app, you pick the country you're visiting, in this case Indonesia, and then choose the data plan that matches how much data you think you'll need to use. After that, the app walks you through quick step-by-step instructions to activate your eSIM. It usually takes just about a couple of minutes. Once it's set up, your phone connects the moment that you land, no SIM swapping or airport stress. Saily connects you to high-speed local networks, so you don't have to deal with weak service just because you're traveling. And if your phone supports 5G, you can get 5G speeds in areas where it's available, which makes maps, browsing, and streaming a lot smoother. Now, when it comes to the pricing, Saily keeps things pretty reasonable and flexible. For Indonesia, plans start at just under $5 for a small amount of data, which works fine if you mostly need maps, messages, and basic browsing during a shorter stay. If you're there a bit longer, most people end up in the mid-range plans. Those cost around $9 to $14 for the month and get you enough data to use your phone normally without constantly checking your usage. On longer trips, I usually go for a bigger plan, around 10 gigabytes for $22 or 20 gigabytes for just under $36 for the month. That's been plenty for Google Maps, ride apps, messaging, hotels, and just staying connected all day. And if you don't want to think about data limits at all, Saily also offers unlimited plans for Indonesia. They start at around $19 for 5 days, with longer options going up to just under $72 for a full month. So you can use your phone normally without stressing about running out of data. They've also got regional plans too, like Asia, so you don't have to switch plans every time you cross a border. There's also Saily Ultra, which is a monthly subscription that gives you 30 gigabytes of high-speed global data and unlimited data after that. Plus, extras like NordVPN access, airport lounge perks, and priority support. It's a great all-in-one option if you travel a lot or work remotely. And all plans are prepaid with no contracts, and you get 3% in Saily credits with every purchase. You also have a 30-day activation window, so you can buy it ahead of time and activate your plan when you're ready to travel. And if you're thinking about giving Saily a try, I've got an exclusive discount for you. Just use the code GVUTech at checkout when downloading the Saily app or visiting their website. Alright, now let's talk about some of the pros and cons so you know exactly what to expect. So one of the things that really stood out to me about Saily is its focus on online privacy. That's not something every eSIM provider offers. With Saily, you get features like ad blocking, which reduces annoying pop-ups and can even help save your data. There's also web protection, which helps block harmful websites and malware. That's especially handy if you're using public Wi-Fi at cafes, hotels, or airports. And there's a virtual location feature that masks your real location and adds an extra layer of privacy. So beyond just keeping you connected, Saily actually helps keep your data more secure, which is a pretty big bonus when you're traveling. Another big plus is how Saily handles data usage tracking. The app shows your usage in real time, and you'll get a notification when you hit around 80% of your data limit, so you don't get surprised. And if you do run out of data, topping up takes just a few taps. There's no waiting or complicated setup. In terms of real-world use, I was really impressed with how reliable the connection felt, whether I was navigating Google Maps, posting photos, or sending messages back home. The service stayed strong and didn't drop out. And having data right when I landed made it so much easier to get around instead of searching around for public Wi-Fi. Another huge plus is simply the pricing. Compared to international roaming fees, from most carriers, Saily ends up being way more affordable. And there are no surprise hidden costs once you check out. But of course, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. And so the first is that Saily is data only. That means it doesn't give you a phone number for calls or texts. So if you do need to make calls or text messages, you'll be doing it through apps like WhatsApp, Telegram, or FaceTime. But honestly, that's how most of us communicate nowadays anyway. So I really don't think it's a big deal for most people, but just something to know about. Another thing is you're going to want to make sure that your phone supports eSIMs before you buy it. Most newer phones do, but it's something that's worth double checking. And that extra step can feel a bit annoying, but it's true for all eSIM providers, not just Saily. So to wrap it all up, if you're planning a trip to Indonesia and you want a super easy, reliable way to stay connected without dealing with physical SIM cards or crazy roaming fees, I'd definitely say Saily is worth checking out. It's simple to set up, the coverage is solid, and those extras like ad blocking and web protection are great bonuses. And what I really like is that you don't have to worry about losing service when you're traveling between places. And if you're planning to visit multiple countries in Asia, one of the regional plans can make staying connected even easier. And don't forget, if you want to try it out, you can use my discount code GVUTech at checkout to get an extra discount off your plan when you download the Saily app or visit their website. And of course, if you've got any questions or want to share your own experience with Saily eSIM, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, safe travels, and I'll see you in the next video.